Welcome to all cinema lovers. Today we are going to talk about John Wick Chapter 4, so if you haven't seen the explanation videos for the other 3 parts yet, you will find their links in the description below. The story begins, and we see John Wick, who is training. Then the Bowery King comes to him. The king has a new suit for John Wick in his hand. He shows him the suit, and says, "John, are you ready?" Then John says, "Yes," and from here, John reaches a desert where he is on a horse, and 3 people are running in front of him. They are also on horses, but John has to kill them one by one, and people are watching these things from afar. Then John reaches the elder's place. He gets off his horse, and slowly goes inside. The elder says to him, "What do you want from me? What can I do for you?" Then John says, "I want my ring and my freedom back." The elder says, "I don't have your ring, and as far as freedom is concerned, only death can give you freedom. Apart from that, you can never be free, and if you do anything else, your life is going to become even more difficult." But John is not affected by these words. He takes out his gun and fires 2 shots into the elder's chest, and right there, the elder dies. Then we see a scene of the Continental, and here we see a man named Harbinger, who is the high table's high-ranking operative. Then he comes to Karen's side, and giving him a card, says, "I need to meet the manager here." So Karen calls Install, and instantly says, "Send him up." As soon as Harbinger goes upstairs, he gives Install 1 hour's time, and informs him that within 1 hour, you will have to empty the entire hotel because the high table is going to destroy this hotel. You violated the rules, so 12 members of the high table have made a decision. Saying this, he gives a paper which has the signatures of 12 people, and Harbinger also tells him that the Marquise wants this too. This was also with the Marquise's permission. Then, saying this, Harbinger leaves from here. So Install thinks deeply, and reaches the Marquise, and says to him, "What do you people actually want? I ran the hotel on the rules, then why is my hotel being demolished?" Then the Marquise starts laughing, and says, "Did you really run it on the rules? But John is still alive, he is destroying everything, and soon he will be with me. But you will be punished for this, you have violated these rules." Then Install says, "Rules are being violated everywhere. There are some people on the high table itself who are violating the rules." But the Marquise does not listen, and the 1 hour time ends. As soon as the time ends, people blast the Continental, and that too in front of Install's eyes. Then the Marquise also says to Install, "From now on, you are declared excommunicado," and points his gun at Wings, but instead of shooting Install, he shoots Karen, and Karen falls to the ground. As soon as Winston comes near him, Karen says to him, "It was good working with you," and saying this, he breathes his last. Seeing this, Install is now very angry. Meanwhile, on the other side, we see a blind man named Kane, who is listening to a girl playing the violin. Then he receives a message from the Marquise. As soon as Kane goes to the Marquise says to him, "I have a job for you." But Kane refuses. Then the Marquise says to him, "You have already violated the rules. You got too close to your daughter. You were told not to get close to your daughter. I know you have retired from the high table, but if you do one last job, then we will forgive you, otherwise the punishment will be given to your daughter. You will never get to see her again in life." So Kane agrees to go do his last job, and the Marquise gives him the target's name. As Kane reads the file, he finds out that it is John. Then Kane refuses because John Wick and he used to be very good friends. So the Marquise says, "You will have to choose one of the two, either choose your daughter or John." Kane chooses his daughter, and says, "I will do it." Meanwhile, we see a scene of Japan, and we see the Osaka Continental Hotel, and a man named Tracker enters this hotel. He goes to the counter and tells about his reservation. Then we see a girl named Akira at the counter. Seeing Tracker's dog, she says, "Dogs are not allowed." But when Tracker talks, then Akira agrees. Then she gives both of them permission to stay, and goes to the manager, whose name is Mr. Shimazu. The manager is also the father of Akira. Then Akira says to Shimazu, "The news has spread everywhere that you are helping John, and this is completely wrong. Because of this, the high table could also turn against you." But Shimazu says, "Don't think too much about this. I am not doing anything wrong, and if I am not wrong, then I am not afraid of anyone." Saying this, he sends Akira downstairs. Then we see Tracker, who is looking at John Wick's picture in his diary, and along with it, how much bounty is on his head. Then his gaze falls on the people of the high table. Here, a man named Chidai has come, who works for the high table. They are searching everywhere. Then Shimazu reaches John Wick and tells him that Karen has died. John is very saddened by this news. Shimazu says, "Killing the elder was your mistake, you should not have killed him. Now the high table will not let you live." They will send as many people as possible to kill you. Then Akira spots Jedi and comes back to her father. Then, for the first time, she finds out that John is also here, and she gets scared. Shimasa comforts his child and says, "Don't be afraid, you stay with Johnny, I am going downstairs." But while going down, he tells all his men, "Everyone get your weapons ready, a great battle could happen here." So all the people start taking out their weapons, and Shimasa reaches Jedi and says to him, "How can I help you?" So Jedi says, "Let me come straight to the point. We have found out that you have hidden John Wick here. So it is in your best interest to evacuate all the people from here, and let us search the entire hotel one by one. And in this, your hotel could also be damaged, so it would be better for you to hand him over to us, and we will leave quietly from here." Shimasa says, "I don't have him. If you want to search, you can search, but first you will have to remove your weapons from here, because this is against the hotel's rules." Then Kane arrives here. Then we find out that Kane used to be a good friend of Shimasa, and Kane wants to kill John Wick. Shimasa does not like this at all. Then Jedi gets angry, and he behaves very rudely. Seeing this, Shimasa has the lights turned off, and red lights start glowing, and this is a red alert. Then all of Shimasa's people get ready to attack, and start killing Jedi's people one by one. Then Jedi calls inside the bullet hit gang, whose whole body is armored. They are also bulletproof. They come inside and start killing everyone. So Shimasa starts retreating with his people. Meanwhile, we see John Wick. He finds out that they are under attack. Then both of them also start fighting. Akira is a very excellent fighter. Whoever comes in front of her, she sends them to their death. And John knows how to kill armored people. He already knows where to attack them. He shoots straight into the gap in their armor, and kills them one by one. We realize what an excellent fighter Kane is. He is blind, but he knows how to pinpoint and kill people in his own way. On the other side are Akira and John. Whoever comes in their path does not remain alive. They are cutting through people like carrots and radishes. And throughout the Continental, there are only dead bodies everywhere. Then, by shooting, they injure Akira. But before these people can harm Akira further, Mr. Shimasa arrives. He kills everyone, and saves his child. And Mr. Shimasa tells John, "Go back the way you came, and go killing as many people as you can." So John does just that. Whoever comes in front of him, he kills them. One by one, excellent fighters come in his path, who have strange weapons, but no one can stand before John. Whoever shows any difficulty, he uses their weapons and kills them. After doing all this, he takes a breath of relief. Then Kane appears in front of John, and Kane says to John, "Now it's going to be your turn." Then a fight starts between these two. For a long time, a fierce fight happens between these two because both are excellent fighters. But Kane gains the upper hand over John. But before he can do anything, Tracker starts firing shots, so Kane is startled, and John escapes from here. Then, on the way, John meets another man, whom John kills and takes his medallion. John's gaze also falls on a dog, who is killing a man loyal to him in the same way. Then Tracker appears in front of him, and John kills the two people standing behind him. Then he says to John, "I am also with you." Then we find out that the bounty on John's head has become $20 million, meaning the whole world has become his enemy. $20 million is a very large amount. Meanwhile, on the other side, we see Shimasa and Akira, who are escaping from here, but now Killer is in front of them. Killer says, "Just tell me where John Wick has gone, I will let you go." But Shimasa does not make any compromise. John is his friend forever. So he takes out his sword and gets ready to face Kane. But it's a very excellent fight. Shimasa cannot stand before him, and in the end, Kane stabs him. Then Akira comes to her father, and Shimasa breathes his last in his daughter's arms. Now Akira is very angry, but Kane makes Akira understand, "My enmity is not with you. Go and live your life well with your father, and get your treatment done. Still, if you want to take revenge on me, then you know where you can find me." Then Kane leaves from here. John is sitting in the metro. Then Akira comes to him and blames him for everything that has happened with her. She says, "My father's death happened because of you, so it is your responsibility to kill him. And if you fail to kill Kane, then I will kill you." Meanwhile, we see a scene of New York. Then Winston says to the Bowery King, "I need to meet John." Then the Marquis calls Tracker and says, "You had a chance to kill John Wick, why didn't you kill him?" Then Tracker says, "I don't want $20 million, I want $25 million, only then will I kill him." Hearing this, the Marquis gets angry. He takes out his knife and stabs it into Tracker's palm. Then these people make a deal, and their final agreement is at $23 million. Then John arrives and goes to meet these two. They are standing in front of Karen's grave, and both are saddened by his death. Then Winston says to John, "What is your next decision? What are you going to do?" Then John says, "I will kill everyone who comes in my way. I will not leave anyone alive." Then Winston says, "Your bullets will run out, but the people coming after you will never end. If you want freedom, then there is only one way. My family will help you. Go to your family and challenge the Marquis, defeat him, then you will get your freedom." Then John also agrees to this, and sets out for Berlin. Then the Marquis calls Tracker and says, "John is going to Berlin, so go there and finish him off. And if you don't kill John, then we will kill you." Meanwhile, John goes to a church and says, "I need to meet my family." Then the priest takes out his gun and shoots at John. But John's suit is bulletproof, so he survives. But as soon as he opens his eyes, he finds himself in a cellar, and in front of him is a girl named Katia. Katia says, "You have caused trouble for all of us. You have always done such things that caused us trouble. You have destroyed our family, and for this, you will get only one punishment, death." Then John says, "I want to challenge the Marquis for a duel because he is our enemy. You also want to kill him, and in this job, I need your help." Then Katia stops and says, "I will help you, but I have one condition. Our father was killed by a man named Killer. You have to kill him first. If you kill him, then you will get our full support." Then these people start preparing John to send him to Killer. And the next day, John reaches a club where he meets Killer. But before John can talk to Killer, Kane arrives here, and Killer makes fun of everyone. Then Tracker also arrives here. Then Killer laughs even more and says, "What do you people actually want?" He says to John, "You want to kill John Wick," and to Tracker he says, "You also want to kill John Wick, and along with that, I also want to kill John Wick because I want $20 million. But Kane wants to kill him." Then John says, "I want to kill you." Then Killer says, "You will have to think about this, but first let's decide who among the three of us will kill you." Then they start betting. Then Killer cheats, and seeing this, John starts attacking. So all the people start attacking each other. Kane starts killing Killer's people, and Tracker also. Meanwhile Killer escapes from here. So John goes after him. Killer keeps running, and John keeps beating him like this. Then Killer also counterattacks him, and a very fierce fight happens between these two. Whenever anyone comes between John and Killer, John also sends them to their death. Finally, John throws Killer over the railing, and Killer falls down from the stairs. Then Killer dies. As proof, John pulls out one of Killer's teeth and takes it to Katia. Then Katia takes John back into her family. Then John gets the chance to challenge the Marquis. Then Winston reaches the Marquis and tells him that John wants to challenge you. Soon there will be a high table meeting, and in front of Harbinger, we will decide this thing. So the Marquis also agrees. And the next day, John and the Marquis are in front of each other. Then they start taking bets one by one so that these people can decide the place, time, and weapon. Then people first decide the place. After that, the fight will start at sunrise, with the first ray of the sun, and their weapon will be pistols. But the Marquis cheats here again and nominates Kane, saying that Kane will fight John. And Kane cannot refuse. Then John leaves from here. But the Marquis says to Kane, "You will have to win at any cost. If you lose, then your daughter will die. So you cannot cheat." Then Kane also leaves from here. And John and Kane both meet in the church, then talk about their lives. What was most special to each of them? So John mentions his wife, and Kane mentions his daughter. Then Kane says, "You were my best friend, and you still are. But the thing is, I have to choose between you or my daughter. If I have to choose between the two, I will choose my daughter." Then John says, "You are choosing right, you should do everything to save your daughter." And saying this, he leaves. Then he meets Tracker. Meanwhile, we see the Marquis, who calls Jedi and says, "By any means, John Wick should not reach the dueling place. Kill him before the first ray of the sun comes out, so that he does not reach Kane." Then Jedi alerts all his people, and along with that, his bounty amount is also increased. Now his bounty is $26 million. As soon as this news reaches all the people of the city, everyone becomes thirsty for John Wick's blood and starts preparing their weapons. Then John tells the Bowery King that he also needs a gun. So the Bowery King gives a very special gun to John and starts telling its special features. And with this, now John is ready to face everyone because he knows that he will not reach the location so easily. Then Winston and the Bowery King both put him in a car and bring him to the city center. Then they say, "We cannot go further from here." So John moves forward. As soon as he reaches the road, his location is announced to everyone on the radio, and people attack him from all sides. And John was also ready for this. Then he starts killing everyone one by one. Whoever comes in front of him, he sends them to their death. Then a car comes and hits him, but John recovers himself and kills its driver. Then another car comes and hits him, so John kills its driver too. Meanwhile, he realizes that the car is safe for him, so he sits inside the car and starts using it like a weapon to kill the remaining people. He goes forward and kills whoever is behind him. Then after a while, he sees that there are many enemies in the middle, so John starts spinning his car round and round, and here he finishes off all the people who are there. Then another car comes and hits him, and John's car overturns. But still, John gets out. Then he faces Chidai. Chidai is a very excellent fighter, but John is no less than anyone. These two fight for a very long time, but in the end, John throws him onto a moving car, but the number of people is still very large, who are attacking John. They are all running on the road like this, and one by one, cars are coming and hitting them. The atmosphere here has become very chaotic. Tracker also arrives here and starts firing shots at John, so John takes a bike and goes far away from here. But the assassins are also not going to let him go. Then after a while, John stops and enters a building. Then slowly, all the assassins start coming inside the building. But here it is difficult to catch John because he appears stealthily and, after killing the enemies, disappears again. Then Tracker also arrives here, but before he can kill John, he calls the Marquis again and says, "If you want John Wick to be killed, then I want $35 million. Hearing this, the Marquis hangs up the phone, and Tracker starts killing all the people one by one because he does not want anyone else to kill John Wick. If he kills him, only then will he get the money. Then the Marquis calls Tracker again and says, "Okay, I will give you $35 million. Then Tracker says, "No, that offer is over, now I want $40 million. So the Marquis agrees to this job too. Meanwhile, a custom-made dragon's breath shotgun falls into John's hands, with which he burns and kills people, and in no time, he turns this entire place into a cremation ground. Then Tracker comes to John. Then a fierce fight starts between these two. These two fight for a very long time. In this, John points his gun at Tracker. Then Chidai also arrives here, who wants to kill Tracker's dog. Then John sees that either he can kill Tracker, or he can save the dog. So John saves the dog, and seeing this, Tracker understands that John is firm in his intentions, he is not a bad man. Then John jumps out of the window because he has very little time left. He has to reach the place before sunrise. But to go to the top, he will have to fight hundreds of people. Then he starts climbing the stairs one by one. Then he again sees many people in front of him who are thirsty for his life. But John is not going to give up so easily. He attacks them once again. People keep coming, and he keeps killing them and climbing up. But as soon as he climbs a few stairs, Chidai appears in front of him again and kicks him. John falls down the stairs straight to the bottom. Then Cain comes to him and says, "Get up, John, we have a fight to fight." Then Cain helps John, and these two start climbing up again. When these two are together, then no one can face them. And after a while, these people are at the top again. Then Chidai attacks John again. But this time, John gives him a smashing reply. These two keep fighting for a very long time, but in the end, Chidai pulls out a gun, and before he can shoot John, Tracker shoots Chidai. But he does not kill him, he gives his dog the chance to kill Chidai because Chidai wanted to kill his dog. But now John and Cain leave from here. Then Tracker comes to Chidai and lets his dog loose on Chidai. Then his dog kills Chidai very brutally, and after killing him, urinates on his face. Then John and Cain reach the top. They have arrived exactly on time. And Tracker also arrives, but he is sitting far away watching the spectacle. Then the rules are explained to both of them. They are each given a pistol, and bullets are given. Then both turn their backs to each other and stand. And Cain says to John, "We will meet in the next life." The drums start beating, and after 30 steps, they turn their faces towards each other. And as soon as Harbinger says, "Fire," then both fire shots. But in the first round, John is not hit, the bullet goes and hits Cain's thigh. Then Harbinger says that these people can come a little closer. So both come a little closer, and fire again. Then this time, one bullet hits John's shoulder, but John's bullet goes and hits Cain's stomach. Then they are asked to come a little closer, they are given new bullets, and it is reminded once again that this game will only end when one dies. Then these people load bullets into their guns, and as soon as Harbinger says to fire, then Cain fires, but John does not fire, and Cain's bullet goes and hits John's stomach. Then he falls to the ground. Then the Marquis sees this, he thinks it is the final shot, and comes and says to Cain, "Kill him." Then Cain says, "Is my daughter free?" So the Marquis says, yes. And saying this, he himself takes the gun. Then he loads a bullet into the gun and goes to kill John. Then Winston says to the Marquis, "You are the biggest fool, you probably forgot that John did not fire." Then John picks up his gun and shoots straight into the Marquis's chest. And with this, the game ends because the Marquis had substituted Kane in his place, but in the end, he took the gun in his hand himself a little more, breaking the rules. Then John had the chance to kill his opponent, he killed the Marquis, and he won this game. Then Harbinger says to John, "Now you are free," and to Kane he says, "Along with you, your daughter is also free." He says to Winston, "Your hotel will be given back to you, the work of building the hotel will start soon." And saying this, he goes to John and says to him, "Tell my brother that I deliberately did not fire, so your life is indebted to me." Then Kane leaves from here, and John says to Winston, "Will you take me home?" Then Winston, while going towards John's home, starts removing all his weapons because he knows that his final time has come, and he wants to spend his final moments in peace. Then he comes down some stairs and sits peacefully, and remembers the moments spent with Helen, and with this, John also dies. Then after some time, we see John's grave. His grave is next to his wife's grave, and here, along with Winston, the Bowery King is also there, and Winston has John's dog in his hand. These two remember John, and start to leave from here. But before leaving, Winston puts his hand on John's grave and says, "Goodbye, my boy." Meanwhile, on the other side, we see that Kane, with a bouquet in his hand, is going towards his daughter because he can meet his daughter. He is very happy. Then we see Akira, who is advancing towards him. She has a knife in her hand. And the film ends right here. So friends, our today's video ends here. If you liked our video, then like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.